Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to color in this raven in my Archer and Olive bullet journal for my October setup. I sketched this guy out earlier and we're just going to color him in. So first I've got a gray brush Micron, a 3 micron, a 2 micron. You can see I use it a lot, the 2's rubbed off. And a 5 micron. I don't actually end up using all of these, but you'll see why. And a Tombow in 1.5. I love the Tombows because you can layer them. So first we're going to start with the light gray brush and we're going to go around the eyes because I don't want that eye to have stark white around it. So the gray will give it kind of a transition between the bird and the pupil. So now that that's done, we're going to get our dual brush Tombow black pen and just go around and do a good solid outline. I don't want to have a lot of detail in this because I don't want to spend a ton of time on it. So kind of want to make it more of like a silhouette. My intention was to draw some more detailed feathers in the middle to kind of show a glare, but that didn't end up working out, and that's okay because that's what's fun about art. It changes as you go. I'm trying to make my brush strokes go in a downward motion to follow kind of the natural path of a feather. I think that adds to kind of the form. So I'm going to keep outlining all the way around. I noticed that the ravens have this little kind of fuzzy feathers over the back part of their beak, so I wanted to include that. Got a little carried away with his hair there, but it's okay because it reads as a bird. So it doesn't really matter. Now we're going to get to the actual coloring in part. I tried to use those downward motions again. We're going to do another layer, so this layer isn't as important. Like, you're going to be able to see the brush strokes and see different lines between the brush strokes, and that's okay. So just going to breeze right through. This is obviously sped up. Wouldn't it be nice if we could color that quickly and accurately? When I was trying to think up themes for my October spreads, Edgar Allan Poe definitely was the first thing that came to mind, and this is the raven from his famous poem, The Raven. He's just such a spooky, great writer. Here's the feathers I was talking about that I'm going to cover up shortly. But I really did want to give it some dimension. It just didn't work out the way that it was in my brain. So that's okay. My idea was to give it some depth and show some glare and maybe show the angle of the bird, but it just didn't work out that way. There was too much of a contrast between that sketchy feather line and the solid black of the rest of the body, and I was liking the way the solid black works, so bye-bye feathers. I did want to show some contrast around the eye and with the beak, so I end up going around the eye and going over the beak, but I only go over them once, where the rest of the bird I go over at least twice. And then around those lighter areas, so around the beak and around the eye, I actually go over a third and fourth time. So you'll see that with just this one Tombow pen, you can really build up some dimension by layering. And the Archer and Olive pages are so thick and wonderful that at the end I'll show you there isn't any ghosting or shadowing on the other side, even with multiple layers of black. So here I am going around that beak. See how that, just adding that dark outline makes the beak appear lighter. I really like that technique. And we are done. Here I'm going to show you how. Can't even see any ghosting on the other side. Really great quality in these pages. And we're good. Thanks for joining me while I colored in this raven.